Hi, our name is Paola and Miriam, and we're going to present to you evidence number 1 from art and culture. We're going to present the prehistoric times, and we're going to begin with the Paleolithic. Paleolithic art and culture were from the Homo sapiens, and the first art manifestations were paintings found in caves, as we can see in these ones, such as Lascaux Cave, El Castillo, and Altamira Cave.
According to Mesolithic, art consisted in rock painting and pottery, and it was not as impressive as the works from the Paleolithic period.
Now, in the Neolithic period, they began with megaliths, which were big stones arranged in certain shapes because of the beliefs they had.
Now we're going to talk about the first cultures. The first one is Egypt. Settled near the Nile, Egyptians made a lot of contribution to art like the Palette of Narmer, decorated in low relief, pyramids, and mummification and sculptures too.
Another of the first cultures were the Mesopotamian people. They were famous for doing the first epic of the world, that was the Epic of Gilgamesh, to construct their culture in a land between rivers, that is exactly what Mesopotamia means, land between rivers, and to make special buildings that are really high, that were called ziggurat. They also developed a writing system called cuneiform.
Now we're going to talk about Asian art. From the Asian art, we have the Chinese art. They were influenced by the philosophical and religious system Taoism, and it influenced its art of pottery and literature by magic and alchemy. It was also kind of affected by Confucianism, which is the person from Confucianism, and Taoism.
Now we have Indian art. They were really inspired by the Buddhism, which is really emblematic for the Indian people, and their artistic traditions and styles were too connected with Hinduism.
Persian art consists in big palaces with simple designs, and they portrayed animals like birds and ibexes. In architecture, we can find buildings supported by columns, which capitals were made with animals like bulls and lions.
Now we have the Mediterranean civilizations. Beginning from the Greeks, we're going to talk about their type of architecture. They sectionized everything, making a perfect geometry, and with columns with three types: the Doric, the Ionic, and the Corinthian. And they had their sculptures made as the man was. They tried to reflect the best of the man in each of their sculptures.
Lastly, we have Rome. Art had local styles influenced by the Greeks. They created counterparts for their gods, copying the Greek painting and iconography. And that was it. Thank you for your attention. Woo!